The only one who can give him what he needs right now.
If I have to tell you again, it'll be the last thing you eat.
I'm afraid she made a big mistake.
Now it's time to do it my way.
Long until you're back in her bed, Chase.
General Hospital.
The atmosphere in Port Charles is about to change in a major way as long-hidden secrets begin rising to the surface. Relationships that once seemed unbreakable are facing their greatest tests, and trust may become the most valuable thing anyone can hold on to. At the center of the storm is Willow, who has spent months trying to rebuild her life and find stability amid one challenge after another. Just when she believes she is finally moving forward, unexpected revelations threaten to shake her world once again. For a long time, Willow has tried to see the best in the people around her. Even when circumstances became difficult, she often chose understanding over conflict and forgiveness over resentment. But now she may be forced to confront a reality she never anticipated. Drew has been one of the most important people in Willow's life. Their connection seemed strong, and despite numerous obstacles, they appeared determined to face the future together. However, recent developments suggest that their relationship may be approaching a dangerous crossroads. Rumors have begun circulating throughout Port Charles that Drew has discovered information that changes everything he thought he knew. The details remain unclear, but whatever he learned appears to have altered his perspective dramatically. Those closest to Drew have noticed a change in his behavior. He has become quieter, more guarded, and noticeably less willing to share his thoughts. While some assume he is simply dealing with personal frustrations, others suspect something much bigger is happening behind the scenes. As questions continue to grow, attention has also turned toward Brennan. Brennan has managed to keep a relatively low profile while navigating the complicated landscape of Port Charles, yet there have always been whispers that he knows far more than he lets on. Whether through strategic decisions or carefully chosen silence, Brennan has often remained several steps ahead of everyone else. Now those whispers are becoming impossible to ignore. Sources close to the situation suggest that Brennan may be protecting information capable of changing multiple lives. The secret itself remains hidden, but its impact could be enormous if it ever becomes public. The possibility that Drew has somehow become aware of Brennan's hidden knowledge has sparked intense speculation. Could Drew believe that Brennan has been manipulating events from behind the scenes? Has Brennan been withholding information that could have prevented misunderstandings and heartbreak? Or is the truth far more complicated than anyone realizes? These questions are beginning to dominate conversations across Port Charles. Meanwhile, Willow finds herself caught in the middle of circumstances she never created. As tensions rise between Drew and Brennan, she becomes increasingly concerned about the growing distance she senses from Drew. At first, she attempts to approach the situation with patience. She knows that people sometimes need space when dealing with difficult emotions. But as days pass and communication becomes more strained, Willow realizes that something significant is wrong. Her efforts to reach Drew are met with uncertainty. Instead of offering reassurance, Drew appears distracted by whatever information has captured his attention. Every conversation feels incomplete. Every explanation raises more questions than answers. For Willow, the experience becomes deeply frustrating. She wants honesty. She wants clarity. Most importantly, she wants to understand why everything suddenly feels different. Unfortunately, the answers she seeks may be connected to secrets that several people would prefer remain hidden. Elsewhere in Port Charles, friends and family members begin noticing the growing tension. Some worry that misunderstandings are creating unnecessary conflict. Others believe the situation points toward a larger mystery that has not yet fully emerged. No matter which theory proves correct, one thing becomes increasingly obvious: the truth is getting closer. As pressure builds, Brennan faces challenges of his own. Keeping secrets is never easy, especially when multiple people begin asking difficult questions. Every decision becomes more complicated. Every conversation carries greater risk. Brennan understands that one wrong move could expose information he has worked hard to protect. Yet remaining silent may no longer be possible. The closer Drew gets to the truth, the more difficult it becomes for Brennan to maintain control of the situation. At the same time, Drew struggles with conflicting emotions. Part of him wants to believe there is a reasonable explanation for everything. Another part feels betrayed by the possibility that important information was intentionally hidden. These emotions create an internal battle that affects nearly every aspect of his life. His frustration grows, his patience wears thin, and his trust becomes increasingly difficult to give. For Willow, watching this transformation is both confusing and heartbreaking. She remembers the man who stood beside her during difficult times. She remembers the optimism they once shared and the plans they made for the future. Now she fears those dreams may be slipping away. Despite her concerns, Willow refuses to give up. She remains determined to uncover the truth and understand what has caused such a dramatic shift. Her search for answers eventually leads her toward unexpected discoveries. Small details that once seemed unimportant begin forming a larger picture. Conversations she barely remembered suddenly take on new meaning. Connections she never noticed before become impossible to ignore. As the puzzle pieces slowly come together, Willow realizes that the situation may be far more complicated than she originally believed. The truth does not fit neatly into simple categories of right and wrong. Instead, it involves difficult choices, conflicting loyalties, and consequences that extend far beyond a single relationship. This realization forces Willow to reconsider everything she thought she knew. Meanwhile, Drew reaches a crucial turning point. The information he has uncovered can no longer be ignored. Sooner or later, decisions must be made. Will he confront Brennan directly? Will he reveal everything he knows? Or will he take a different path altogether? The answers remain uncertain, but the consequences promise to be significant. As tensions continue escalating, several familiar faces become drawn into the unfolding drama. Friends choose sides, old alliances are tested, unexpected partnerships begin to form. Each new development adds another layer to an already complex situation. Port Charles has experienced its share of secrets over the years, but this particular mystery feels different. Perhaps it is because so many lives are connected to the outcome. Perhaps it is because emotions are running so high. Or perhaps it is because everyone senses that a major revelation is approaching. Whatever the reason, anticipation continues building. Every conversation carries hidden meaning. Every interaction contains unspoken tension. Every decision brings someone closer to discovering the truth. For Brennan, the challenge becomes increasingly difficult. The secret he has worked so hard to protect may soon become impossible to contain. For Drew, the pursuit of answers becomes impossible to abandon. And for Willow, the journey ahead may redefine her future in ways she never imagined. As the walls surrounding long-hidden truths begin to crack, one question remains at the center of everything. What exactly is Brennan hiding? The answer has the potential to change relationships, reshape loyalties, and alter the course of several lives. And once that truth finally emerges, there may be no turning back. Port Charles is heading toward a confrontation that could leave lasting consequences for everyone involved. The emotional stakes have never been higher, the mystery has never been deeper, and the truth has never been closer. With trust hanging by a thread and secrets threatening to surface at any moment, the next chapter promises revelations, surprises, and emotional moments that fans won't want to miss. As the drama continues unfolding, one thing is certain. In Port Charles, secrets never stay buried forever. Eventually, every hidden truth finds its way into the light.
And when that moment arrives, the consequences can change everything.
Because if that's all you care about is your kids that are gonna lose.
That all changes if we play this the